of success now early.
The Wolverines with the 1st and 10. Underwood. He'll take a shot. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Unloads to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Tips, deflections, those are such good things for defense. A lot of times they lead to interceptions and big plays. Just try to get any kind of disruption you can.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Throwing, Underwood. Rushes on him. Out of the backfield, he's open. He gets it to the 34-yard line. An excellent 3rd down defense, and 4th down's coming up. Bryce Underwood to the air again. Fires left. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Working that wide receiver screen. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this 1st quarter. We've reached the break. It's Washington holding the lead as we get a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their 2nd. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Here's Underwood to throw. It's complete to the right. He is stopped well short of the 1st down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Touchdown, Michigan! The offense cashing it in on that drive. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
And the point after is good. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Third down coming, but we'll have to wait just a second. Offense wants to think things over. They call a timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Throwing, Williams. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but I think, just invoke the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. Heads out, ready to go on the attack. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
And you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. Third down coming. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Firing to the right, complete. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
And that's a great play call by the offensive coordinator because that play is essentially the extension of a sweep play. You're getting your running back an extra touch to the perimeter of the field, so now he can go to work in open space.
The Wolverines are marching down the field. They go play action, Bryce Underwood. Looking deep down the right side. And that one's too high, out of bounds, incomplete. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency for the second half of the season, David. I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Creates a little space. Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best.
Maybe some room here. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice gain, this time on the ground.
The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. And the Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Underwood. The sweet feet buy a little time. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. Got to get everybody on the same page in a hurry. Got enough space, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
PAT unit on the field. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They marched 72 yards, and they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Here's Williams to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch them sleeping.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Williams will pass. Looking down the middle. Finds a man on the left. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap. Quarterback making checks. Williams. Quickly complete. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting up.
He might have gotten way too greedy there. Held it too long and couldn't throw it away to avoid the loss.
And I think there's so many guys that think they can outrun guys and make plays, and sometimes you got to realize when a play's over and just get north-south, but QB's trying to outrun guys. The defense does a great job staying exactly where they're supposed to be, playing discipline, and getting the huge loss and the huge stop.
And the Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking for the end zone. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
Lined up in the gun, Williams on third down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Wants to adjust the pattern. Fourth down, Williams. Here's a heat. It's incomplete. A fourth down stop and the turnover on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Going to try to get it himself. Quarterback's got the first. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Throwing, Underwood. Here comes the heat. Fires on the run. He's got it down the left. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's open things up with Georgia Tech taking on the number 21 team, the Army Black Knights.
They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return.
And it's the Yellow Jackets coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. They win their second straight game and talk about doing it in style. That margin of victory is a head-turner.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Here's Underwood to throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And they finally get to this guy, and he's electric. He's dynamic. He can make plays with his feet and scramble around. And I think they got used to it in the first half. And now, if they want to win this football game, they got to continue to catch that fast joker and get him on the ground.
Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Guys, look at this. A surprise. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Boots' first of the day away was called on 4 times in the victory last week. And there he goes. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure that... There he goes! Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Give to the running back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Washington right back to the line. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or 2.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. He wants to change this route. Third down from the gun, Williams. Took a shot as he threw. Had nowhere to go with that one, had to just throw it away. A wise decision to keep the field goal in play. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
How about this defense? This defense is getting after the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable. The 3rd sack of the day. Hard to have a good passing attack when your quarterback's trying to throw from the back.
After not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. The Wolverines will hustle to the line. Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. He'll off one deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David, when the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
And the extra point was good.
Number 22, set to kick off.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Offense in a split backfield. Williams. Pocket breaking down. Get it out on the screen. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. So he'll help the completion percentage, but not the yardage. Stopped for no gain.
And he got it to his running back, obviously making a good decision, but nice tackle on the play. Way to get the running back on the ground and not give the extra yards after the catch.
Williams looking for a man. Dumps it off in the flats. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed him for the defensive holding penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Well, the QB knew coming into this one it was going to be tough. They have a lot of athletes on the back end, but today, guys just not able to separate. Accuracy hasn't always been perfect, and as a result, they've got another ball getting knocked away for an incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Throwing, Williams. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Washington wants to go quickly.
And you see more and more of this in college football, finding your playmakers in space, whether it's a receiver, a tight end, or in this case, a running back, way down the field. Get him isolated, find your matchup, and how about the running back turning into a receiver?
Washington coming to the line with another first down. Now from inside the red zone. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
Sweep, Q.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts.
Ready, go.
Here's Williams to throw. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. Quarterback may change this route.
Return. Ready, go.
Williams will pass. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
Defense is about negative plays, creating negative plays and creating turnovers. What a great job, not only creating the interception, but doing something after it. You see the blocks after the interception, return it almost back to the house, and now you set your offense up with great field position.
So here comes the Michigan offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Rides the option, he keeps it. Cross, got some room, entered to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Well, this guy's dynamic, and he can hurt you in a variety of ways in the option game, and he had a chance that time to pitch it out wide if he wanted to, but he kept it himself. He shows you the wheels, takes it in for the score.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. And send the tight end in motion. Williams. Quarterback now on the run. Still looking. Going to try to pop one on the screen. turning it on. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Loses 3. Brings up second down.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Making side adjustments here.
Go.
Williams. Gonna take a shot. Makes the grab down the left side. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Williams looking for a man. Scrambling away. Fires to the right. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Throwing, Williams. Under fire. And it's a sack.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
Williams from the gun on third down. He fires one deep down the right side. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. Looking to throw. Under fire. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll move the wide receiver. Here's Williams to throw. Bring in the heat. Backs looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Huskies. And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to add another. And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. At the 35, he's got room. It's a seam wide open. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Michigan! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
Lining up for the PAT. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll give it to the back. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping him up, getting him on the ground. Take away that run game. Make him one-dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Williams, pressure coming, and they got him.
Now, when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Lined up in the gun, Williams on third down. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the left. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Hauls it in, the first down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone. It's Williams again. Fires to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Here's the pressure. Hit as he throws.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great. And they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
His drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Williams lets it fly. Intercepted to stop the threat. He'll try to take it back. The 40. Past the 30. He's at the 10. The pick six. He takes it in. Touchdown, Michigan. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
The Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quick completion to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Throwing, Williams. Unloads to the right. Quickly complete. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Williams to the air again.
And when you start to develop a feel as a tight end that you can feel the zones and the holes, man, you start to become unstoppable. Nice job. QB on the same page, sees his tight end break towards the sidelines, finds the hole in the zone, delivers a strike. Nice completion, nice communication there without saying a word.
Wants to throw again. Got his man. Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5. Washington right back to the line.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Here's Williams to throw. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Might be calling a hot route. Williams will pass. Rushes on him. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Oh, there's an alley to the left. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the pummeling has started. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line.
22.
Williams, here's the heat, and down he goes.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Williams looking for a man. Here comes the heat. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
He might want another play. 3rd down from the gun, Williams. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line.
And offense will take over. 1st and 10.
First play of the drive comes from the 22. He leaves it with the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.